The genetic difference between any two human beings is less than 1%. Okay, everybody. Hi there. This is Kim.
This is Vic.
Welcome to Well Said with Kim and Vic.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us on the Seeking Educational Excellence YouTube channel. And we're coming back to you today with our second part series on racism. And since the last time we talked...
Is it the second or the third
Oh.
part series? Three. It's okay. It's third part series.
See, sometimes I'm getting a little bit older and can't always remember how to count well, but that's why I got Vic, because she keep me in line.
But we want you guys to make sure that you follow the series because we make some great points. And we just always want to bring our points with receipts. However, we would love for you guys to go and study what we put out. We just don't want you just to
take our word.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we have enough of that, and I think we see enough of that on all the social media outlets. And we just want to educate you so that you can think critically, and this is what we want with this show.
Right. Which is the whole this is the whole point of the channel, Seeking Educational Excellence.
Yes.
Is that we want you guys to be critical thinkers.
Yeah.
We want to present information
Most
and then
definitely.
let you make up your own mind about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our ideas and we have our opinions, but based on our research and things that we're finding,
Yes.
we want you to be knowledgeable about these issues and then be able to think and make your own decisions about them.
Yeah.
So in this part of our series, in the third part, and this would be a 5-part series. So in the third part, we're going to be talking about the history of race, the scientific basis for race,
And how systems work within that base of racism, because there is a system class that is causing a clash. It's a system. And that system is that everyone is playing a part within that system. And it's different tiers and different levels of that system.
One of the awesome things, though, that I have to say is we're going through this series. I'm becoming a student, too, and just learning so much. It's so awesome when you're seeking educational excellence and you're trying to learn, basic truths that it can be very eye-opening. So I've learned some great things. I know a lot of people believe in science. We hear that a lot.
Right. Believe in the science.
In the modern vernacular,
Believe in the science.
And science consensus, which,
Yeah.
quite frankly, there's hardly ever any consensus in science.
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned about science, that the first step to science is observation, is just
Yes.
looking
and searching
Exactly.
and studying and bringing valid documentation of your research. And that's also with sciences, you tend to have studies, correct studies, not doctored up studies.
Right.
And you tend to hire scientists that's credible, not students straight out of school trying to make a dissertation of some sort to get a grade to pass.
Right.
We're talking about basic science, the core of your studies.
Well, what I've learned too about science is they usually come up with a hypothesis, right? And then they work back from that actually to disprove the hypothesis.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really how science works. They make an observation, and based on that observation, they'll make a hypothesis. And it's really to disprove what the hypothesis is, not to prove what it is. And I think I see more where people make a hypothesis to prove what it is that they have observed.
Yes.
So when we talk about the history or the science of race, that's our first what we're going to attack here first.
Yes.
Another great definition, and from Britannica. We love Britannica.
Oh, love it.
They're credible. I like them, but they did a commentary here, or actually from the scientific community, about what's believed about race, or what they've observed and the conclusions that they've come to. So let me read this to you guys. You're going to find this very interesting. Although most people continue to think of races as physically distinct populations, scientific advances in the 20th century demonstrated that human physical variations do not, emphasis on do not,
That's right.
fit a racial model. Instead, human physical variations tend to overlap. There are no genes that can identify distinct groups that accord with conventional race categories. In fact, DNA analysis have proved that all humans have more in common genetically than they have differences. The genetic difference between any two human beings is less than 1%.
Wow. And it's reason why it's because 1% is because of the class system, and we're going to get into that a little bit today, right now.
Yes.
That class system, okay? And let me just read you guys a little bit of that. The class system is based on both social factor and individual's achievement. A class consists of set of people who share similar status with regards to factors such as wealth, income, education, occupation. Unlike caste, meaning CASTE system, class systems are open. In America, we have a 3-class system of social stratification is broadly divided into 3 main levels. We have the upper, the middle, and the lower class, which are mostly based on social economic conditions. It's important to recognize the difference between income and wealth. And you know, we're going to break that income down and wealth down. Okay, listen, because sometimes people think that they can become wealthy on their income. Okay, you can put away savings, but you're not going to get rich off someone else's idea.
Right.
Okay, you have to start your own. So, okay, you can put money away, or you may say, Victoria, then how does the big top dogs get wealthy and it's not their company? Okay, they could be on the board, or they could be a vice chair or a CEO. They could have gotten shares.
Right.
They get shares when they come into the company.
Right.
This is part of their package. So therefore, yes, they're going to get wealthy. You're not going to get wealthy off of a paycheck off a company that's not yours. You're going to have to start your own. Now, then we have that 3-class system. That 2-class system, meaning you have the upper. The 3 classes, the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class.
Right.
Okay, now you have that. Okay, the upper class. No, I think I was talking about the. We were talking in the beginning about a class consists of a set of people who share similar status regarding factors such as wealth, income, and something else. I forgot.
But we were making the comparison between the class system and the race system.
Yeah, but
where the race system really doesn't exist. It's really a class system.
Okay. But the thing about it is that there's the old money and the new money. You have those class systems too. Like the old money is the Rockefellers. The old money is the Rothschilds. The old money is the Woolworths. The old money is the J.P. Morgans.
Right.
This is old money. So in other words, their children don't have to do anything for their income. That's what that means.
Wealth.
That's wealth.
Right.
Okay. Now you have that. That's the old money wealth. That's the wealth. Okay. And then you have the new money. The new money mean maybe just two generations maybe removed.
Right.
Okay. And so therefore you have that's the new money. That's the new money, or someone that's right there. Me. Being able to obtain wealth, so I'm new money and create wealth for the rest of my lineage.
So sis, are you saying that the real issue that is at play here is more a class issue, just like we were talking about instead of the race issue? The definition I read about race, especially when it comes to science, doesn't exist. We're all alike genetically. But in society, you can see this class system. Yes. You can absolutely see it, just like the point that Vic made with the old money, and even now, because you could even say some of the big tech companies, they're the new wealth. Yeah. They're 1 or 2 generations in. The second generation is coming in. So, and maybe this goes back to that question we was asking: who is promoting this race? Yeah. These race issues. Who do you hear talking about race all the time? A lot of times it's the folks in this class system that have the money.
Yeah. You hear the actors and the athletes always promoting racism, baiting racism.
Yes. And they got a lot of money.
They got a lot of money. And the thing about it is that they all eat together, hang out together. Their children are they fraternize together. They marry into one another's families.
And it doesn't matter if they have an R or a D behind their name.
Yes, and nor does it have a color behind their name.
That's
white,
right.
black. You see them because
They all hang together. That's right.
You
they
see
marry
them.
each other while we down here in the lower classes are fighting each other.
We're fighting each other.
That's they're making us fight.
Yes.
That's not their fight.
Yes.
Because you'll see them. A lot of them are they marry interracially, but they will have you believe that white people are bad.
Yes.
But they have a white spouse.
Yes. And
So
they will
we
tell
have
us
to-
that we can. And the reason why I will say that is because I'm just going to share a little bit about myself. My ex-husband and I, we're good friends now, but we were married for 28 years. And he wasn't a black man. And because it's a class system, you get more of that backlash from the
Black community.
that black community, the white community. It just wasn't just the black community; it was
Okay.
the white community as well. So
When you say the
I'm talking about the human community.
well, the backlash based on race, like somehow that's a bad thing, or there's an issue.
Yeah.
But I think that goes back to what the point that we're trying to make is that the only ones who are really making a noise about interracial, marriages or marrying outside of your race, a lot of times are the ones that that are in the upper society, in those upper classes. Those of us down here in the middle and in the bottom, we don't care about that kind of stuff. We're more concerned with taking care of our families, raising our children. Poor folks worried about eating. They don't care where that food comes from. If it's white, black, green, blue, they don't care.
And if you're going to help your neighbor out because you see they're struggling, they're not going to
They don't care about what your color is.
Yeah, and it's just like, we talk about when you are hurt, you don't care where that blood is coming from.
That's right.
You don't care. You just want to stay alive. And just like we spoke before about the limbs, you don't care about that.
That's right.
You're not asking your doctor before they give you that infusion, where's it coming from? Is it this? This is silly stuff that we're being programmed. And if you look at our very first video with Chaos, we talked about that bell ringing and padlock and how it works for make people salivate to give that response that they are shaking the bell for. So we have to watch out for that going forward.
So you guys, thanks so much for joining us again. And one of the things that we really try to push and when we're doing these types of videos and on this channel is that common sense and education should really rule the world.
Yes.
We know that it does. And my grandmother used to say the thing about common sense is not so common. Yeah. So we hope that we gave you a little food for thought.
And we brought it right to
straight to the head.
Yeah.
That's what we're all about is some brain food. Is giving you stuff to really chew on and think about for your head.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining us. Be sure to like, share,
and subscribe
to the channel. And please leave your comments on what you think about what we said.
Yes.
In the meantime, peace, y'all.